to It's All G. Hey, we got that right.
So, episode number 4, and today's episode is going to be about...
Not episode number 4, is it?
With the introduction.
Okay.
With the introduction, it's 4. So, anyways, this episode is going to be about the proposal and the wedding as well.
Yeah.
So, let's go to when the proposal was conceptualized, which, well, was in 2016, which was the year...
Was it 2016?
Yeah.
You didn't think about it in 2015?
I'm
joking.
Anyways, so yeah, in 2016 it was 10 years for us, you know. Our dating anniversary is on the 26th of May. So 26th May 2016 it was going to be 10 years, and I knew, you know, at 25 I wanted to be married. So that was the year in Jan I decided, you know, okay, and I spoke to my parents, told my dad about it, and you know, told him that I was going to surprise Ashi with the proposal, but he forgot for some reason. And yeah, we were having lunch together, I think around my birthday in March.
Yeah.
And he just casually brings up, oh, so when shall we set the date? Shall we do December? And I was like, wait, what?
I had no idea, by the way, that he was planning all this.
Yeah. And so she was obviously, you know, confused as to what he was talking about. And then I had a whole argument with him. And anyways, we kind of, you know, lost the suspicion.
What did you say? You said your father's like, okay, then just forget about it.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, let's just forget about
and
it.
I was just like, okay,
Ashi, yeah.
just go right down and continue having breakfast.
So luckily, you know, we managed to brush it under the rug, and Ashi wasn't suspicious anymore. So then, actually at my birthday, we had a party, and that's when I asked her parents as well if I could have their daughter's hand in marriage. And yeah, then we started planning, right?
Yeah.
So
towards, like, I think up to where you went and, you know, where we went and you proposed, I remember him like saying different things, being like, no, we don't need to get married this year. Like, he used to just say silly things like that, and I used to just be like, huh.
just be like, you know, why get married where, you know, kind of living together?
Yeah, and I was just like, okay. And I remember like telling my friends, I don't think he's going to, you know, propose to me.
But they all knew.
They all knew. He had already told them, and they were just like, Ashi, so it doesn't really matter. Y'all are like anyway practically married. And I was just like,
so she was getting the same feedback from everywhere.
Like, okay, fine. And I was like, okay, so maybe you won't do it this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever. Let's see.
So then I planned a trip to Australia. We went to Melbourne. We did a 1 week, actually more than a week long trip. And I planned the proposal for the very end of the trip, right? So
I don't know how you waited. Oh my god.
yeah, it was crazy because like even everyone there knew, everyone was in on the plan. So let me go through the plan. So we get there, we, you know, meet up with friends, family, we do a bit of partying, we went camping. The only time we've been camping in our lives, funnily enough, is in Australia.
We loved it.
It was fun. I mean, I saw a spider which freaked me out, but I survived. I have a crazy arachnophobia, so there's that. But anyway, so we go through this whole week of stuff, you know, and my friends and I are all discussing the plans. You know, I took poems that I had written her, pictures of us, and everything, you know, hidden in the suitcase. Actually, when we got there, I had to, you know, slowly hand over all the pictures, poems, and even the ring to one of our friends who was the main organizer of the proposal. And then we come to the night before the proposal, right? So we go out with a bunch of friends, and we were partying. And then
Partying a lot.
yeah, we partied so hard that they were like, okay, let's do an after party. So we go to one of our friends' houses, and you know, people keep showing up, so we're drinking. Ashi passes out, and because she passed out, I was so excited about the proposal, I wouldn't stop talking about it. I was telling everyone there, and we were like so excited that we were drinking more. We were like, oh, you're gonna get married, cheers. And then suddenly it was 4 p.m. when my friends showed up to drag me out of the party, because we had to go for dinner at 7, which was a part of the proposal plan, right? So they dragged me out of this party with Ashi half asleep, take us back to our place and then like get as much sleep as possible.
So we slept for about an hour.
So yeah, we fall asleep at like maybe 4:35,
Yeah.
and then 6 o'clock an alarm goes off. She's just like, Shehan, we don't have to
Yeah.
do
I'm just
this.
like, there's no point. Let's
You
just
know, I
have
had
this
like,
dinner later, maybe tomorrow or something. Like, I'm so tired. I can't be
yeah.
bothered getting dressed up.
But I was like,
Oh,
no. I
God.
jumped out of bed, brushed my teeth, and I was like, no, let's do this, let's go. And somehow got her ready and, took her to this fancy restaurant.
Oh my
It was an
gosh, yeah.
8-course meal that we had booked, right? But we're tired and we're
We
sleepy
just
and,
couldn't eat
yeah. So
because
we get to the restaurant, and since this was a fancy place and a fancy dinner and all, she thought maybe I was going to propose.
I
It's.
thought, but then
And especially since
yeah.
now, like, even after we couldn't move when we woke up, I forced her to get ready and come for this dinner. So she thought maybe I was going to propose here.
And in my head at that point, I was just like, oh my God, I hope he doesn't propose here. I'm just not, I'm so tired. And like, I don't want it to be in front of people. I'm
Dirty
so
bugger. Just
like,
because you're tired, I shouldn't propose.
yeah, no. No, and I didn't want him to do it in front of people also. So then I was like, please,
I knew
please,
that.
no. Oh, you knew.
I knew that.
So yeah.
while we were at this dinner, why we had to go for this dinner rather was so that our friends could decorate the Airbnb that we were staying at, right? So we get to the dinner and they serve us the first course, which is like this big.
Small.
And we have a bite and we're just like, we're done. And the waiter's just like, was it okay? So
Yeah.
we're like, no, the food's fine. Food was great. And then they bring us a second course, and then again it's tiny, and we have just one bite. And then the waiter's getting worried. He's just like, guys, are you sure? You know what's going on? Can I get you something different? And we're like, no, we're just really tired and hungover, blah, blah, blah. And now I'm messaging my friend. I'm just like, guys, I need to get out of this dinner. I can't do this anymore. How much longer do you need? Like, we need 15, 20 minutes, bro, just hanging there. So I'm like, okay. In the third course, we have a bite, and then we're just like, wait, we're done.
Like, we just couldn't eat. We
Yeah,
were
and he
just
was
so
just like,
exhausted. And
he's just
like,
like, there's 5 more courses, and we were like, yeah, we just can't eat anymore.
yeah.
So now I message them and I'm like, we're on our way. They're like, okay, we
And
finally.
I was like falling asleep also in the cab. I was so tired.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
oh my gosh, I
So-
need to sleep. And then Shehan's just like, oh, but we have to go out tonight because I told all my friends that we were going.
Yeah.
Because it was our last night. I was just like, are you serious? Like, there's no chance that we can go out after like our previous night. He's like, no, we have to. There are a couple of people at the apartment. So we were like, okay.
Yeah. So we get to, and I said all the friends are coming over to the apartment
Yeah.
to drink. And they had a key, whatever.
Yeah.
So we get back to the apartment now, and one of my friends is walking out. And now she's just like, oh.
No, a bunch of them actually. First, it was a bunch, like remember a
No,
bunch
we met
of
them on the road.
On the road.
Oh, yeah. So when we got
Yeah.
back to the apartment, they still needed time. So I told
Oh,
Ashi.
you took me.
Yeah. So I of course I know her. I was just like, Ashi, there's this dress shop down the road. We have to take a walk and see it. I saw some dresses. We need to buy for you tomorrow morning before we leave. She's like, she forgot about sleep. She's like, okay, let's go see these dresses. So we walked down the road to a shop and we're like, looking through the window and shit. And then suddenly our friends are walking on the road
And he thought that they would walk the other way, but they actually came the wrong way.
Yeah. So we went down one road and I thought they would go, in the opposite direction, but they were all coming now down this road, and
So I
she's
was
like,
like,
wait, are we drinking at our place?
Where are you going? And they were like, no, we have to go get something. Don't worry. And I was like, oh,
Yeah, we had to
okay,
get more
fine.
booze or whatever it is. And, she's
And they were like, one of our other friends is up there. And I was like, oh, okay, fine.
and then we get to the door of the apartment complex at the bottom, and this other friend is now walking out, and she's just like, where are you going? And he's like, he fumbled. He was like, no, I have to, I'll see you guys in a bit. And he just ran off.
And then another thing, he said there's someone else there, but then I was like, who else can be there? I was just
Because
like,
we just met everyone on the
and
road,
then
right?
I was freaking out. I was like, oh my God, who have they invited? Like, I don't even know these people. And then we went up. But
Yeah, so we get upstairs, and then I haven't seen the setup either, right? So I'm just like, Ashi, you wait here. Let me check who's in the apartment.
And then I got scared. I was
And
just
now
like,
she's
oh my
freaking out
God,
even
like
more.
what the hell is happening? I was so scared.
Yeah. And check the apartment out, and then I say, Ashi, okay, come. And then when she walks in, there's
Yeah.
obviously music playing, and
What was the song? It was some song. I can't
I
remember.
choose
I Choose You.
I Choose You by Sarah Bareilles, I think.
Yes. When I heard it, I was just like, I heard it playing, and he was like, come, and then I knew. And then I couldn't. Like, tears were just welling up.
So like pictures of like our 10 years together were hung all over the apartment. There were candles. poems everywhere,
So yeah, I had to follow
And
the.
yeah, there were 5 stations, so our storyline kind of, and she had to go from station to station reading poems, and then the final station was on the balcony where the ring was. Yeah, so we get through the stations and get to the balcony, and I get down on one knee and I propose, and she says yes, obviously, and
Like, did I say what if I say no? No,
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 no, no, no. This time you said yes. I'll smack you if you said. So, anyways, and then I get up and I hug her, and all of a sudden we hear cheering,
Yeah.
like really loud cheering. We're like, what? And we look down, and all our friends are like on the road watching the
Yeah.
balcony and like screaming and cheering for
And
us.
there were random people
Yeah, and
also.
obviously, like other people joined in as well.
It was so
It was
amazing.
awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome. So then everyone came up,
Yeah,
and
we called our parents, we FaceTimed them. They were having a party because they all knew that
yeah,
we were
yeah,
he
yeah.
was proposing, so they were having a
They were
good drink.
drunk,
Yeah, they were
ready
drunk.
for the
Yeah.
news. And we went out yet again that night and partied hard.
Partied hard, yeah.
And then, came back home.
This episode was sponsored by the banquet company, and we are very, very grateful to them for organizing our wedding. And
Yeah, and every event since, so our kids' birthdays,
Yeah.
christenings, you name it, they're very professional and they understand the client's requirements and they deliver on everything promised. So please do check them out. And if you have any events coming up, I suggest that you ask for their help because they will create your dream event. And then from there, the wedding planning started. But the good thing is that Ashi was never a bridezilla. We honestly,
honestly, yeah, like we knew exactly what we wanted. We wanted a winter theme wedding,
but we
and
didn't care about the details.
we didn't care too much
you know.
about the details.
So
Yeah.
like people would ask, well, shall we do this or this? And then
Yeah.
we were like, what do you think is best?
Yeah, because like we were so indecisive. Also, we were like, you know what, you
Yeah,
pick
yeah,
it.
just-
Y'all would know what's best, and yeah. So
Exactly.
actually, yeah, banquet companies, the
Yeah, our wedding
planners
planners,
who
they
did
were
everything,
amazing.
yeah, for us.
Yeah, from A to Z, they
Yeah.
handled everything.
That's
So
why
it
I
was,
think I wasn't stressed because they knew exactly what I wanted. Like we created like a Pinterest board. Girls, that's the best thing to do. Just create a board, share it with your planner and your husband. I don't think your husband would really look at it, but anyway, yeah, and just pick
I'll
all
never
that.
forget, they asked me which plates I like. And I picked one. And then my mom was like, no, the other one's nice. And I was like, okay, do not ask me anything again.
You just decide.
Just decide.
Yeah,
So,
we weren't fast at all actually. We
Yeah.
were just like, do it.
but when the day came, I mean, so
Yeah.
we had our church ceremony at
The cathedral.
the cathedral on Bauda Lokamata. It
Yeah.
was fabulously
Yeah.
decorated, with like white trees, like white barren trees,
Yeah.
and like proper winter theme. And they had hung these lights up from above the cross behind the altar, which was on the front area of the church. And I swear, all my friends thought it was the sun,
Yeah.
even though the sun was setting on the other side at the back of the church. Like everyone was like, "Oh, it was really sunny inside the church." I was like, "No, those were spotlights." Like, what are you talking about?
So yeah, I got ready at Cinnamon Lakeside because I actually grew up there because my dad used to work there. He used to be the entertainment manager there in 1991, and I really wanted to get dressed there because that was the first place I lived at, and I grew up there.
Yeah, she
so-
was born
Yeah.
there. I mean, when she was born, she lived.
I lived at Cinnamon Lakeside for about 4-5 years. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
crazy.
my parents had to actually decide, okay, now we really need to leave because I used to just pick up the phone and like, oh, can I order some French fries, please? And my father's like, okay, this is not a good thing.
Yeah, and like when she saw ants for the first time, she cried because she
Yeah.
didn't know what ants were.
Flies, yeah, it was weird.
Spoiled little child.
No, shush, I wasn't
And
spoiled.
yeah, so I got ready at my parents' place, with all the boys. And then yeah, so the church ceremony was beautiful. And
Yeah.
but before we go on to like the reception and the rest of the stories, I forgot about our bachelor and bachelorette party.
Oh, yeah. So I
Yeah.
went with the girls to Koh Samui in Thailand. We went and stayed at this awesome hotel called Akbar. it's actually amazing. Like they had so many parties, and like that street just had different bars, and yeah, it was awesome. We basically went for about 7 days, and we drank for 7 days straight. Yeah, I don't think we were pretty sober.
Yeah.
And I got a tattoo for the first time as well with all my girls. Like we got different tattoos, and it was really cool. I have a little one over here, like at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have any tattoos.
No
I
tattoos.
might get one. I just don't know yet. We'll see. So for my bachelor party, we went to Amsterdam. Yeah, and we went out clubbing, right? And the next day, these girls have gone to the club's official page and found pictures of us on the official page, on the official Facebook page. And that's like, oh, what were you doing here? Who is this girl that's close to the table? And man, it was
We're like
hilarious.
detectives, it's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, but like we just ate a lot of sandwiches and enjoyed our time,
Sure.
if you know
We
what I
went for
mean.
10 days.
Oh yeah,
God.
that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. But it
Fun
was
with the
good though. It
boys.
was a good thing. Otherwise, because we always did everything together, we never went on trips with just our friends. As in, so it was a nice
Yeah,
thing to
we prefer
actually
to
do.
travel together. So
Yeah, so it was really nice to actually do something without each other, but
yeah, but I got hell for it.
oh, shut up. You
The
didn't.
best was, when we went. So the first night we got there, all the other boys were like, we're tired. All the other boys with girlfriends, who by the way are her friends, were tired and didn't want to do anything. I was like, this is my bachelor party, and two boys were down. So I was like, we're going out. We go out, we party like 5 in the morning when we get back. So obviously I'm asleep till like afternoon, right? But the rest of the boys wake up and they message their girlfriends.
Hey, I've got. Yeah, he
Now,
didn't even message me
now
that
the
when he got
girlfriends
to
are with
Amsterdam,
her,
by the
and
way.
they're just like, "Oh, our boys messaged us."
And I was like, what? He didn't even message me that he got there. And then I was pissed. I was so angry. I was like,
Yeah,
what?
so obviously the first 3 days of my trip were ruined just
Oh,
by that.
please. Just go. You didn't even
Or so
message.
we say.
Anyway, but yeah, it
So,
was
anyways,
awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was our amazing
Yeah.
experiences, with our friends on our bachelor and bachelorette.
Please do subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Asherah Gomez. I would really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, we do lifestyle vlogs, travel vlogs,
yeah.
family vlogs. So please do subscribe because it would mean the world to us. And also, we have launched our Patreon. We hope that all of you would show us some support and subscribe, and
Yeah.
be a part of our growth and our future in this endeavor.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. And then back to the wedding. So after church, the reception was at Water's Edge, and this was on a Friday at like 5:30 p.m. So it was office traffic,
yeah.
right? Back to back, bumper to bumper. We were stuck in traffic. So what did we do? The boys, we had champagne with us, so we were running from car to car, giving everyone champagne while stuck in traffic. It was hilarious. Then we got to Water's Edge, did the photo shoot.
Yeah.
And then when we walked into the
By
reception,
the way, we had no idea what our wedding was going to look like. Like our reception, like the first time we walked in.
yeah, because the thing is, like I said, we didn't
Yeah.
care too much about the details, so
And by the
we didn't
way,
even go to see.
I actually had no idea what my dress would look like because the day before they made it, and I was just like, no, we need to change it completely. So on the day of the wedding, only I saw my dress for the first time. It's crazy. I wasn't stressed at all, but all the bridesmaids were like, oh my God, what does your dress look like? I was like, I have no idea, actually. I have no clue.
So that's how chill we were,
Yeah.
to be honest. Yeah, and so then we walked into the reception, and it was phenomenal. It
Yeah.
was absolutely like a fairy tale, what we imagined it to
Yeah.
be. So we're really thankful to the banquet company for pulling that off.
And our parents for, doing everything
Yeah.
for us, for sure.
So, if you want to see more of the wedding, we do have another video on YouTube. You can go check that out. The speeches were great. I suggest watching the best man's speech. It's one of the best I've ever heard. And obviously, he took the piss, but I enjoyed
It
it.
was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, once the formalities were over, the party started. And well, we were supposed to open the buffet, but by the time we said hi to everyone, about 3 hours had gone by and
Yeah, my
so much
legs
alcohol.
were, yeah.
And we got these Indian bartenders for the wedding.
Yeah.
They were phenomenal. Their job was to get people drunk, so they were just walking around the entire venue,
Oh my
with
God, do you remember? Yeah.
teapots and all sorts of
We
shenanigans.
actually, like, we forgot to mention, just before the wedding, the week before, we had your Christmas party.
Oh yeah.
And we partied, and then we till morning, and I got totally sunburned. And the day of the wedding, my mom was supposed to do my makeup, and I suddenly started peeling, like
Yeah.
literally.
So she went for her
Yeah.
bachelorette to a beach destination and didn't get sunburned. But then came back to Sri Lanka, and because we had a Christmas party where we partied for
Till the
almost
next day.
48 hours in the pool, she got sunburned so
Oh
bad.
my God,
Yeah.
yeah. It was really bad. And then I remember in the room, I was just like taking the towel and just scraping my face, trying to get, like the skin out, but they somehow
And I
figured out.
remember I told her not to wear too much makeup
Oh my
for the
God,
wedding.
yeah.
And the first thing I said to her when
As
she
soon
came,
as,
when she came to the top of the aisle, and I, held her hand, and it was just the two of us. I was like, "Why are you wearing so much makeup?"
I know, he was just shut up and marry me.
Because like they had to put a lot of foundation to
Yeah.
cover up the peeling.
Yeah, it was
So,
so bad.
because I don't like, that much makeup.
Yeah.
She only wears like
Eyeliner,
eyeliner and
yeah.
lipstick, so that's my preference.
So
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. Speeches and then
And then the party,
the
yeah, it
party, the
was.
bartenders,
Yeah,
yeah.
so we partied till breakfast, and then we had organized an after party because, as you most probably have come to realize, we
We
like to
love,
party.
and I didn't actually, drink that much at my wedding because I actually wanted to
I
remember
drank
my.
like a fish.
Yeah, he drank a lot. I just actually wanted to just remember my entire wedding and remember everyone there. So I wasn't drunk at all. So I was actually waiting for the after party, to have like
Yeah.
a good drink.
Yeah, so we rented out this house in Malabar, and so all our closest friends showed up there. We had some technical difficulties with the music, but then that was sorted, and we started partying. Then we got a noise complaint,
Yeah, oh my
and
God.
one of my friends was just like, "Okay, let's go talk to the neighbor and see if we can sort it out." So I was like, I was tripping. I was like, "This is not good. We need to lower the
Yeah.
volume and try and make sure the neighbors are okay." So we go next door. My friend tags along with me, and we knock on the door. And this old white lady opens the door, and I'm just like, "It's a foreigner. There's no way they're gonna be chill about this." And all of a sudden, my friend's like, "Oh, auntie!" And to see
Yeah.
it's his relative. Like, what are the chances?
Yeah.
And she invites him in for breakfast and says, "Yeah, you guys can party as much as you want." So we partied till 4 p.m. the next day.
And then we went back to Cinnamon Lakeside and we stayed there for about 2 days.
Yeah,
And
we recovered at Cinnamon
yeah,
Lakeside.
and our friends came and visited us, and yeah, it was
Yeah.
awesome. And then we didn't actually move into the apartment, did we? Straight away.
No, not straight
Our
after.
apartment wasn't ready, so we just went back to my parents' place.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Our first dance song was Say You Won't Let Go by
yeah,
James Arthur. Just give it a listen. It really, actually, for me, it spoke to me a lot about our relationship.
yeah,
And, it was best day of my life.
yeah, for
sure.
sure.
Got to marry my best friend of
Aw.
10 years. And now, we've been together for 17
17
years,
years,
married
yeah.
for 7, 2 kids. So that's gonna be the next episode where we talk more about our family life after marriage and what it's like to have kids in this day and age.
Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this and see you in the next episode.
And like we always say,
It's
all
all
G.
This episode was edited by DK Photography and produced by 58 Designs.